Hey kids, it's I don't have my watch. It's April 23rd, um, Monday, and really all I'm gonna do in this vlog is tell you the things that are on my list that I'm starting as per Taylor McTeer's request. My bucket list, if you will. So it's not really like long, like I have less than 20 things so far, but I think what's funny is like as I've been trying to write it down, like a lot of the things, it's been really hard for me because like every time I think of something to write down, or like I try to think of things to write down, the only things that come to mind aren't like moments or like things, like a single line, like a single event I could just write down. There's not like an accomplishment. It's a lot of just like state of mind things that I'm coming up with, um, like I wrote down Memorial Day party. I want to do it like I want to carry on the tradition that my parents kind of by happenstance started of having a Memorial Day party being like the big party of the year because it's what I grew up on. It kind of like shaped my childhood, to be honest. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I'm not going to be home for Memorial Day this year, and the Memorial Day party as it's existed that my dad's always thrown with all of his college friends for years and years is kind of falling apart as, all of his friends' children go off to college, and it just becomes less, doable for them to travel in the end of May like that. I was even thinking about doing something this year here in my dorm, Memorial Day wise, just because even if there's only going to be like 5 people here because it's a 3-day weekend, all the NorCal kids, I'll invite them to a party, perhaps here in this relatively small room. And so yeah, I guess I'll just go through this list really quickly and just do some of the things like I want to. Well, there's the Memorial Day thing. I want to publish something. Like I honestly have no idea whether or not I'm going to become like a legit professional writer, but I know that I'm always going to be writing until I die. So, in this day and age, publishing doesn't really mean that much because like you can self-publish. You can go through the process. It doesn't mean anyone's going to buy any books, but I want to at least say that if I'm being interviewed on the local news, they can put published author underneath my name. I want to officiate a wedding because Taylor asked me to, and I thought it'd be cool to do at least once. Like, how cool would that be? No one gets that opportunity because people want real, like, legitimate officiators of weddings to pull that sort of thing off. I want to go back to like all the places I've ever lived at some point in my life when I've lived more than just 2 places, and just like go around them like a tourist, like just like explore them. Because when you live somewhere like that, how often is it that like people make the point all the time about how California is so great because you could spend your morning in the Sierra Nevadas skiing, and the afternoon, in the theory, if you drive really really fast, at the beach. No one's ever done that. No Californian's ever done that. If you're like visiting California and you're super rich, you might do that. But even just like on a micro level, like I've never even been to like natural bridges. I've never been to like half of the tourist destinations in Calaveras County. So like, I'd like to go back to Calaveras and here in Riverside and just like squeeze the marrow out of it. All right, I'm not gonna read off every single thing that's on this list. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll make a Tumblr about it. But yeah, those are honestly really the only highlights. If I do any of these things, I'll tell you guys because some of them will be kind of interesting. Just some things going on in my life. I'm really tempted to cut my own hair. I don't think I'll do it because I just got word. I haven't talked to my parents, but they said like a week ago that they wanted to be in this general area, like in Southern California. It actually wouldn't be that close. It's still like 2 hours away, but this weekend. So that'd be really cool if I, they said like we could take you out to dinner or something, or even like they're going to a party is why, because it was because this the guy who once told me in a drunken state of less than happiness, above all things, to make sure I get a college degree, or I will never get a job. He is turning 50, so and he just recently got married, and none of us have seen him since he got married. So we're going to they are going to go throw him a birthday party, and my parents have intimated that I may be invited. In any case, one way or another, I'm going to see my parents at least a little bit this weekend, and that's cool. And maybe I'll have them pay for me getting a haircut, or at least drive me to a barber shop. I would have my haircut already if there were barber shops nearby, excluding like scary barber shops that I found like a block away, but they don't really like let white people in those barber shops, is the vibe I get. And yeah, but seriously, if someday, if I do get this like Memorial Day party thing, if it becomes a thing, an annual event, would you guys come? I would honestly, I would be honored if it exists, if I ever, live anywhere that's not just like my parents' couch. So just consider that. When we all get, well, most of you have jobs that I don't have. Working on that one too. That's on the list, is get a job. When we all have jobs and our own places to live, I hope that there is somehow a way that we can all get together at some point in the year, no matter what, and enjoy each other's company. And that's it.